Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video and hope you guys are doing well today. And we are back in some beta actions. So I've taken a day or two away from the beta. And the reason for that is because I tried to record like yesterday and got like 5 crashes in a row within like 10 minutes. And it was just like, do you know what? Nah, not interested. So I left it a day and I've been told that it has been slightly better today. So let's hopefully get in it. Yeah, so we're going to carry on with the questing, just exploring and all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, you guys have absolutely loved this series as like a little adventure into Cata type thing. The comments have been great. I've loved reading all your things and things like that. So thank you for everyone that's commented. The comments, I'm going to go straight into a ramble and I apologize for that, but the comments genuinely make YouTube like worth doing, right? Obviously, I'm sure anyone who knows how YouTube works realizes that I'm not becoming a millionaire overnight. But just like waking up to lots of comments of people going, I agree with this, or I don't agree with this, or this is what I think. That's kind of cool, you know? Like, I like that sort of stuff. I love getting up and reading them. I struggle with sleep a lot. I've talked about this in the past. It's one of my kind of biggest issues that I'm trying to deal with around my mental health and things like that. And yeah, like I will sit there and if I can't sleep, I will sit and read comments and reply to people or things like that because you know it's quite relaxing, even if it's not always positive comments, which you know I don't need them to be. Not needy in that sense. It's just yeah, it's nice to read. This is kind of a cracked. This is just better than mine. More intellect, less spirit, more stamina, more crit mastery, and I lose the sockets. It's going to be pretty close. So that's 10-man heroic ICC gear that's like borderline replaceable phase 1. And are we broken? Because I don't have any quests. Was there more quests in this little area down here? We might just be broken. Oh, I found a quest. I found a quest. I'm sure there was another hub. I'm not sure if there's not supposed to be. I don't know. I see the caves are still foggy as all. Wow. But yeah, so if you are playing the beta, there are people that have hit 85 now. You have to kind of avoid the buggy quests, but you can do it. You can get to 85. And yeah. One thing that someone commented, and I can't remember the name of the comment, but if it's you, thank you. Is the people were talking about like if you're making a character template to test your characters or test your class in Kata, and you maybe don't know talents and things like that, where can you go? There's a website called Tory Veins, which is typically a private server website, and is probably one of the okay. So I need to go and find a shark. Probably one of the best Kata sources for information. So I would go and check there for like what 85 talents would look like. And they tend to have a good amount of information over each spec. It's not always the best, but it'll get you started into Kata to a point that you'll be able to kind of figure things out by yourself. So yeah, if you are struggling or you want just a bit of a guide as to what the next step is, Tory Veins, I would give that a little try and hopefully that works for you. Otherwise, I mean, you can certainly ask me questions if you're asking specifically about classes that I know a decent amount about, like Warlock specs. I'm pretty clued up on Warlock specs. Shamans, obviously. You know, if it's one of the classes that I typically play, I'm pretty clued up on it. I've played a little bit of everything in Kata, but not, you know, I'm sure there's other people that would be able to make more optimized stuff than me. If you just want something to try, I could probably put a talent tree together anyway. But yeah, that's all I've got. So outside of Kata, and I know that I'm doing a Kata video and I'm talking about outside of Kata. It's not the purpose of it, but I suppose, like I said the other day, this is kind of a little bit of like stream time for me, where I can sit and talk to what I would like to imagine is chat. Also, what is going on with this quest? I feel like this quest is a little bit bugged. Okay. Anyway, outside of Kata, I'm playing a lot of Final Fantasy at the moment. Because I have a static group of like a community that I've been a part of for a long, long time, and they've gone back and they've started doing some of this expansion's kind of normal raids. We're just about to go and start the Savage raids. I'm getting prepared for the new expansion that comes out in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or something like that. Maybe a little bit longer. It comes out relatively soon anyway. And yeah, I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I've been playing. So I started off as Summoner, which I've enjoyed, but it feels. Hear me out, right? This is coming from a guy who's been playing a demo Warlock recently. It feels too much like a support class. I feel like it's capable of doing damage, but also it's not, because you're used as just like the res constantly and you have to battle res and things like that. And yeah, it's almost too supporty for me. So I've actually just picked up Black Mage and realizing how much I enjoy being like a really selfish DPS. I'm really looking forward to Kata and having that role. And I know that Scott's playing a mage, and I know that we're going to be raiding together and things like that. And yeah, I might have to consider a mage as like an ult. So that's going to be today's question of the day, actually. I'm going to split it over 2 questions over 2 videos. But the first one is, what are your like plans in Kata? What's your raiding plans? Are you planning on staying with the same guilds that you were in Wrath? Are you moving to different guilds? Are you going from a 25-man to a 10-man guild? What's your plans? Or do you not have any plans? That's obviously totally fine as well, but what's your plans in Kata? For me, I plan on having one character that's going to be part of a 10-man group, which I'm going to be running, or certainly majorly involved in running, of which my plan is to do, all heroic content as soon as possible, like week 1 clears, things like that, super, super try hard, and then probably have like a chamois, maybe a mage, maybe a hunter. Hunter's one I've definitely considered as well, as kind of like a bonus class that I just take into like fun raids. Hopefully by the time Kata comes out, I'll be a lot closer to streaming, of which case like community raids and things like that could always be pretty fun. So yeah, like I plan on having a couple of classes just as free classes to do whatever I want with. Like it won't have guild commitments or anything like that. It won't be like I'm gonna log in every week for this character and do, I don't know, like a week raid or a 2-day raid, something like that. No, I want complete freedom on these characters. I want one character that I fully commit with, so that this character will be the one that I take through all the raids, won't miss lockouts and things like that. But the other ones, I'll just pick them up as I want to, and if I don't want to, I don't have to. Like I'm not going to be bothered if I don't get the legendary staffs and things on them, or the daggers if I play a rogue. I just want focus on one character. So yeah, it's kind of my plans. I'm looking forward to hearing what your guys' plans are. I hope you've got some cool ones. I know a lot of people I've spoken to are very excited about 10-man being like a very viable option for raiding. I think it just offers so much more freedom for people. So hopefully that's something that, a lot of you are looking forward to. Because I think it's one of Kata's biggest selling points, actually, is the fact that it does offer you that freedom to be a 10-man guild, still competitive, and actually it's slightly harder. 10-man raids are actually harder. So the way I would describe 10-man raids is to get through 10-man heroics, like certainly week 1, you need like 8 or 9 really, really solid players that aren't making mistakes. So like you can take someone who's, maybe a bit distracted or not fully focusing or making a couple of mistakes. That's not too bad, but like any more than one and it's going to start feeling tough. Whereas in 25-man, I would put that number closer to like 18, 19, which means you can almost take a full group of people who, you know, might not be the best players in the world or anything like that. So the amount of people you need to hard carry a group is a lot less of a percentage in 25 man. I hope what I've said hasn't just come across like really arrogant and horrible, but I think I am accurate in what I'm saying is that like there's a lot less expectation for everyone to be playing at a very high level to get through the content. And don't get me wrong, it's still classic. It's still not going to be very difficult content. Looking at the first phase, there's maybe 2 bosses that are like tough, and that's Ascendant Council and I would say Omnitron, but I don't think Omnitron's going to be difficult. With like Foji's is going to have a weak aura that's just going to make Omnitron a complete joke. It wasn't a particularly hard fight anyway, but it is a fight that like things could go wrong. So I'm interested to see what people do with it, but I'm pretty sure weak auras are just going to ruin that fight. If anyone's interested, I would like to see a weak auraless. Like, I like the idea of weak auras for farm, but not for prog. Now, they could never fix that, but that's kind of just where my thoughts are with it. But yeah, so we're going through these quests at the moment. One of the things that I've obviously wanted to talk about when I'm doing these videos is how are these quests going to be for like day one? Is it going to be worth it? And I'll be honest, I'm quite tempted with Vashir for like a level. We're pretty close through a level, and I realized there was actually a video ahead of myself when I was commentating the last one. This is the 3rd video, right? So, and each one's been like 25-30 minutes. So we're getting into just over an hour of played into Kata and nearly a full level done. Obviously, we will now have a little bit of rested and things like that, but we're progressing a lot quicker in this zone than I thought we necessarily would. And that's a good thing. That's awesome. So, oh, I need to be doing the Imprisoned Warriors. Where's this Warden as well? But yeah, so my brain has gone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that I'm actually going to give Bashir a go at the moment, day one, because I just think it's going to be so much less contested than Hyjal. And you don't need Hyjal straight off. One thing I do want to do, and I have talked about it in other videos, is like how long you need to spend in each zone to unlock the reputations and get to the tabard and things like that. That will be something that I plan on doing during beta. Do I have fear? Because this is starting to hurt my face. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I have 1 health. Boo. If I had a pet. Oh my god, this is the longest run back in the world, and why is it so bright? Well, first death of the beta. We should just delete and go again. We go again. So apparently druids are really bugged in Vashir at the moment. That they're getting the benefit of sea legs while flying or like aquatic forming, and they're just zooming around, which is quite hilarious actually. It's like 10 a.m. for me, and I've definitely not slept all night for bad reasons, and I'm really tired, but I've just got to a point where I've like motivated myself to start recording again, and I kind of don't want to drop it now that I've started it again. So kind of forcing myself to record right now. So be proud of me. It's such a weird thing because I sit there and I'm like, and I'm sure other people experience this with different aspects of their lives. So I don't feel special or different in this at all. But like I sit there and have such great ideas for things I want to do. And I just never can get past that like initial push to do them. All right, look at you riding around on your seahorse going really quick. Where's this warden? Ah, they're stealing all my bubbles. Get off me bubbles. I just need this one, and then I can stop stealing stuff. So I need a Wiggle Sprout and a Warden. I have no idea where this Warden is, though. Is it up here? That would kind of make sense, right? Overseer, 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 Overseer. I'm just going to do /Warden in a minute. This zone looks so cool, though. Like, I wish they'd done so much more with it. Right, okay. Target Warden. There he is. So, let's splat him real quick. And get all our debuffs up. Hit him with a little death coil just to stop ourselves getting punched. And boom, look at that damage. Look at that damage. Is there any way of getting these that they grow around their stronghold? So they do, like, I feel like grow means floor. Do we want to go to the floor and experiment? We're gonna look. I didn't really see anything glowing though. And that one just gave us one, and we only need 2 more, so I'm just gonna stay up here now. So this quest, like the kill quest, I don't think it's gonna be too bad. Obviously there's an NPC to kill, but his respawn time is ridiculously quick by the looks of it. The Nagas aren't too bad, but potentially the weapons that we did might be a little rough. So, but generally, I think if we can get past that like initial 6 quests in Vashir, and we get past them before like the major group of people get through them, we're laughing. We are absolutely off to the tracks. So, as you can see, pets still aren't fixed. I actually don't think since the other day they've actually... Like, things have stabilized because people have stopped playing, but not because that they fixed anything. We've had minimal... I'm going to be nice and say minimal information about beta. I think it would probably be fairer to say no information about beta. It seems pretty minimal at the moment. If any at all, which I don't really like. People were talking about how they're giving Cata this second chance, and it does just feel like, and please Blizz, if you ever watch this, I would love to work with Blizz, because it's a company I've grown up with, right? I would like, that is one of my dreams and aspirations as being a content creator, but I'm not going to go back on my morals either. I just don't think they're really that bothered about Cata, and that I might be so wrong, but that's the impression that's being given at the moment. And if people disagree, please let me know. We'll do that as a little bonus question. Do you think that Blizzard are showing their full like attention to Cata at the moment, or maybe not even their full attention? Do you think they're showing Cata the attention it deserves at the moment? And I think that's worded better and is still a no. So, yeah. Don't know. I said they're trying to do some cool stuff. I mean, there's Plunderstorm tournament, which my invite obviously got lost in the mail. Was really cool. It was fun to see all those guys and girls in one arena fighting. It was quite fun. I enjoyed... I didn't watch it live. I watched it afterwards on YouTube, but it was fun. Really, really enjoyed the fact that they've done that. Obviously, they've got Season Discovery Phase 3 coming soon, which I'm probably only going to do one character on, if a character at all. I do need to do a video about that, actually, because I have some thoughts and feelings about Phase 3, but I don't know how negative I want to be right now. Can I have some working quest interactions? Let's just do a little log out, log in and see what happens, shall we? Because at the moment, It looks like we're going to crash. Okay. I cooked earlier. Apologies, I'm yawning now as well. It's really bad. I cooked earlier and I definitely burnt it, and my chest is like not great. Feels like I've kind of snuffed a bag of smoke into my lungs. But boom. Happy days. So we're going to the next place now, which is actually going to be the next zone of Vashir, because it's split into like 3 subzones. We've done Kelpthar Forest, now going into Shimmering Expanse, which, if I remember, is like the majority of the quests. Then you have the Abyssal Depths, which should have a big old raid in, and doesn't. Just saying. Not bitter about this at all. But I think we're going to get here and actually stop. Mainly because my chest and throat is actually hurting. And 2, because I should probably, at some point, go to bed. But as always, lovely to speak to you folks. I hope if you are playing Cata, you are having a great old time in the beta and not having too many crashes and bugs. Remember, question of the day, if you want to answer that, it's great, because I've definitely forgotten what the question is. No, what was your raid plans? That was the question. What was your raid plans for Cata at the moment? And are they changing? Are they the same as Wrath? Anything you want to say. Love hearing your comments. Love answering them. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye.